Hello. What's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? My TTG fam, how you guys all doing today, everybody? What a day, huh? Today started out pretty active, and then it was a snoozer.
For you.
Snoozer in the afternoon.
I literally took a nap.
Right? No, dude, I had a one-on-one. I had a one-on-one this afternoon at 12:30, and when I called him, the guy that ends, he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "You literally just woke me up from a nap." We just traded CATB, and he's like, "I took a nap." I was like, "Okay."
I was in a trade and I took a nap.
Yeah, man. Today
I set an alert. I put the phone on my chest. I had a bunch of cells already set. And I was like, okay, if it gets below here, and then I woke up and I was like, oh, I just sold some. I guess I gotta alert that I just sold.
Yeah, guys. Today, the lesson from today, we had an active morning. Like the first hour of the day was active, and it was actually really exciting. And it made you feel like we were going to get all this action throughout the whole course of the day. But things quieted down. They quieted down pretty quickly. You got a nice bounce back. On the EV stocks. The EV stocks gave you a nice move in the first hour and a half of the day, and then they basically just turned sideways the rest of the day. You had a couple of small caps that gave you a move in the first hour and a half of the day, and then they all just kind of faded themselves out, and there really wasn't any action later in the day. The lesson that we're going to talk about here today on this live stream is how to protect profits. It's how to know when to push. It's how to know like when to step on the gas, and then how to know when to step on the brakes, because part of being a good trader, it's not just about being able to identify the high probability setups, but it's also having the patience to wait for them. And today, after I caught CATB, I had a great trade on CATB. It's 24% gain on CATB, guys, was where I made all my money today. And I didn't make a single trade after that. I did not make a single trade after CATB. I traded NAOV like early in the morning, but the stock just kept halting like every couple of seconds. And I was like, you know what, the hell with this. I'm out of that. I took a small loss on NAOV like early in the morning. And then we just crushed CATB. The CATB chart pattern was a trade line VWAP crossover. I'm going to talk to you guys about it. There's a couple lessons in there about the trade line VWAP crossover pattern, but also about always remembering that if a stock is truly strong, you'll get more than one crack at it. My initial buy point on CATB, I did not get filled on. My initial order was at $2.04, and I did not get filled. Okay, I did not get filled. But I was able to stay focused. Always remember, if a stock's truly strong, you'll get more than one crack at it. I was able to identify a new entry opportunity. A little while later, I was able to get in at $2.31, and I sold that thing up at $2.86. High of the day, 320s, I think, 325, something like that. So a 24% gain on my final take profit was a big win. A lot of members in chat caught it. My TTD fam, I see there's a bunch of you that are already here on the stream. I see you guys. I see all your usernames. Congratulations, all of you that caught that trade today. Was a beautiful one. The Wolf taking more profits today on some cannabis stocks, reloading up on trading some X options. I know a lot of people nailed that thing today with US Steel, following options with the Wolf, and then CATB. A lot of diversity in chat today. Like I said, between CATB, the X options. So it was all in all was a nice day. So that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to go over with you a couple of things later on this live, a couple of rules that you can implement in your own trading that will help you. If you struggle a lot with like starting the day green and finishing the day red, I've got a couple of rules for you that are going to help. If you are someone that struggles from over trading, I've got a couple of things that we're going to talk about that are going to help you stop over trading and help improve on your P&L. Okay.
Yeah. And guys, that's everything that I do. That is my whole gimmick. That's my gimmick. That's my TTG gimmick. Because if you know me in TTG, I am cheap. I am so cheap. That's why I get fancy Star Wars stuff. It doesn't pay for itself.
This is true. That's why Jason trades, guys, just so he can add to his Star Wars collection. That's it.
I get a new Star Wars thing every day. All right.
This is true.
So if you want Star Wars gear, I got Barbie dolls up there. You got to protect that profit.
That's right. Very true, guys. All right. So that's what we're going to be going over, guys, on the live. So you guys are in store. We're going to talk about protecting profits and how to know when to press the gas and how to know when to pump the brakes, and to help stop you guys from over trading. All right. So some important lessons we're going to go over on the live. I hope you guys are excited. If you are brand new, welcome to the channel. Click that subscribe button. That's the first thing you guys want to do. I'm always going over doing these live streams, live Q&As, trade ideas, trade recaps, general educational content. You guys want to make sure that you never miss out on any one of these lives. So make sure you turn on your notifications. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button. You might be wondering, well, why? Why should I smash that like button, guys? Because it's TTG. We're awesome. All right. Smash that like button, guys. So let's get things started. My name is Michael Edward. I'm the head trader at True Trading Group. Began my trading career working at a hedge fund. I went through an educational program while at the fund, and that is the education that I provide onto you on the YouTube channel for free. I drop golden nuggets each and every single day. So you guys want to make sure you subscribe. My TGD fam, you guys get the same simplified education that I got while I worked at the hedge fund. And that is what TG is all about. It's all about a professional education. All right. There's no special secrets here. Just hardcore professional education, same stuff you guys would get if you guys were being trained and worked at a hedge fund, because that's where I learned how to trade. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I was taught. So we're going to start off this live stream the same way that we do every live, and that's with an open blanket floor Q&A. With me, guys, is the man, the myth, the legend, the Star Wars junkie himself.
I think I could do my own intro.
Go for it, man. That was the finger.
You guys have, I played some JV lacrosse, a little bit of soccer. I went to University of Arizona. I'm a Wildcat. I'm Aquarius, not a Capricorn. I love pizza, even though he's Pizza Mike.
I'm Pizza Mike.
And, the thing that you really need to know about me is you've probably seen me in Men's Journal, High Times, Penthouse, if you're a pervert. And now I'm here in TTG for all of you.
That's right, baby. TTG for life. All right, guys, we're going to get this started. Open floor Q&A. We're going to give some time for people to log on to join us on the stream. Go ahead, fire away, ask us questions. All right, we're here for you. Mike, can you talk a little bit about reading level 2 and anticipating a halt? Yes. How to anticipate a halt. Okay. You will have a couple of seconds before a stock actually halts to try to get your orders off. Doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to get your orders off. Sometimes you'll be caught in the halt and your order will get stuck and your order won't fill. But you will have an opportunity to anticipate that halt if you want to try to act before the halt actually comes. When you're looking at level 2, what you will see when a halt occurs is you're going to see all market makers. Okay, you're going to see all the market makers. They're all going to come up to one particular price. Okay, they're all going to come up to one particular price, and you're going to see a ton of volume come through at that price, and the stock's not going to move. Okay, the stock is not going to move. The stock is just going to sit right there at that one particular price. And that's when you know that the stock is about to halt. Okay, so like I said, all the market makers will come to one price. A ton of volume will come through at that price, and they will not move. When you see that, you probably have anywhere between, 5 to 10 seconds maybe before the stock actually halts. Okay, and that's how you guys will be able to know that a stock is about to halt. Why do stocks halt? So stocks can halt for several reasons. What we're talking about right now with the halt on level 2 is something called a volatility halt. That's if a stock moves too far, too fast. The exchange that the stock trades on will have a circuit breaker that will trigger a halt, which will allow market makers time. Okay. Do you have to, yes, you have to have a black hat to join True Trading Group. Yes. So it'll give the market makers, they halt it so the market makers can catch up with all the order flow, and the market makers can take the order flow that they have and they can reprice the stock to catch up to all the orders, and then go ahead and then reopen the stock for trade, and then they can begin trading again.
Guys, I don't want to keep answering questions about sundial. It's dog shit. Okay.
Yeah, so anyone that has a question about sundial,
and I'll do this too. All right. These are the two questions I don't want. I don't want to know what you should do about NEO because you bought it at 55 because you're like, oh, this is the next Tesla. And I don't want to hear about Sundial because Sundial is garbage. You're talking about a company that would need to go up 15 times for you to break even from the IPO. How is that a good company? It's 500 times, I mean, 5 times. You need a 5-bagger to get back to the 52-week high. So as soon as that volume cracks to the downside, all you're going to see, it's just going to be bag holders. But I don't want you to be bag holders, okay? Because this is the problem with pot stocks. Some of the dumbest investors in the world, okay? And I say that with love. If you're finding this stream, welcome. Hopefully you're not one of those dumb people. And the reason I say that is because the only people that are making money are the people that are selling into you. And there is a lot of paper out there that is just getting blown out onto you. And when it cracks, this thing could go back to 20 cents. All right. It's not a good company. So treat it like a trade. Treat it. It's the dry ships of pot. Okay. Some of you that traded dry ships know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to get caught in this. I'd make money. You know, think of trading Sundial as holding a live grenade, okay? That live grenade has a value to it, okay? Your job is to sell that grenade to somebody else and let it blow up in their hand. And then you go and you take those crazy profits, because you should have crazy profits, and you put it into something good, which leads into, what we're going to be talking about tonight, okay?
So in case anyone was wondering how Jason feels about Sundial, Jason, can you just tell us how you really feel about Sundial? All right, so guys, next question. We've got, how often do you use Fibonacci levels? How often do you use Fibonacci levels in my trading? I use them very often. I use them every single day. But here's the thing when it comes to Fibonacci levels, guys. When it comes to Fibonacci levels, I am not, no, he's definitely not a bag holder. When it comes to Fibonacci, definitely not a bag holder. When it comes to Fibonacci levels, the way that I use Fibonacci levels is that I will use a Fibonacci level to identify a potential area of support, but I'm not buying a stock simply because a Fibonacci level says that there's a support there. The way that I use Fibonacci levels is I will look to see, okay, where are the Fib levels, and then what other support indicators line up at the Fib level. So if I see the 23.6, the 38.2 Fibonacci level, where are my other support indicators? Like, where's the prior high? Where's my trade line? Where's my VWAP? Where are my other support indicators? Do any of them line up with the Fibonacci retracement level? That is when I will go ahead and I will take a position, and I'll trust that support level to hold, because just a Fibonacci level by itself is not a strong enough of a support level. Okay. You don't want to just rely on a Fibonacci level. Fibonacci levels are not, like concrete set in stone supports where you just buy at that level. So you want to try to identify high probability areas of support. And in order to do that, you have to find areas where multiple indicators are lining up at the same spot. So that's what I'll use my Fibonacci levels for. So, okay, so here's my 38.2 Fib level. What else is there? Do I have the trade line VWAP and a previous high of the day also lining up at the 38.2 Fib level? Chances are you're going to have an area of support there because you have multiple indicators converging on the same price point. All right, so that's the way that I use Fibonacci levels. You can use Fibonacci levels to the upside and to the downside. And you can use them for finding resistance levels, and you can use them for finding support levels as well. You're on mute, Jason.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to make any noise when I'm scribbling. So to the pot king, I'm guessing that's me, is weed really going up for a vote with Congress? Yes, it's going to go up for a vote on Friday. They're going to vote on this thing called the Moores Act. Don't get too excited. All right. This is kind of like, it's the participation trophy of votes. This is never going to go through the Senate. I don't even think they'll take it up for a vote. But, it's just kind of good to see. And obviously it stimulates the market. I mean, it's stimulating the Canadian companies, which, I mean, I guess makes sense. What we had today, which I know somebody's going to, ask about, the UN is rescheduling cannabis, which is actually really good. Now that could actually affect the Canadian market, because the Canadian market, because it's federally legal there, they're able to export into other countries. Okay, they're already exporting into other countries, Germany, Netherlands, I think maybe Italy, Poland, some other places. But you get the point. So what this vote for the UN signals is that what everybody knew, that the endocannabinoid, weed basically needs medical study. Okay, it warrants medical study, and they can't go and say that cannabis doesn't have any medical benefits, because that's already been proved out by the FDA. Most notably through GW Pharma, who, when they were doing their trials for Epidiolex, proved that cannabis was helpful to combat seizures. But we also know that it's good for a bunch of stuff, like Crohn's disease. If you don't know what Crohn's disease, it's like, you poop a lot. But it helps, okay? Actually, my roommate in college had Crohn's disease, so it helped. And a bunch of other things, like, just pain, anxiety, and look, there's already cannabis drugs in the market. A company that Mike talks about a lot, AbbVie. They've had the one of the longest drugs on the market since 1985, which was Drobenol, which goes through their street name as Marinol. The more you know.
Next question.
Ooh, Palantir. What do you think of Palantir? I hope it gets back to like $19. They got downgraded today. Guys, it's fine. Don't worry about Palantir. Don't feel like, oh, you missed the boat on Palantir, because Q1 of 2021, you're going to have the new Palantir. Okay? Atai Life Sciences. I dropped it yesterday. I'm dropping it again today, because I'm going to drop this name every day until Christmas. All right. And then if you don't subscribe, you don't like this video, you're never going to hear me say it again. Atai Life Sciences is a magic mushroom company that's going to be IPO in Q1, maybe sooner. Who knows? They just finished a raise, but this is a Peter Thiel deal. Same as Palantir, same as CMPS, which is Compass Pathways. All right. That guy knows how to make something go 150 to 200% within the first 2 months. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll, baby.
Why did Chinese EV stocks go up today? Because nothing goes down forever. Nothing goes up forever. Those stocks sold off aggressively in the last couple of days. They were due for a bounce. They tested some key support levels. They just bounced back today. Those stocks were off 30% off their highs. They just bounced back. What do I think about AMD and Amazon? I mean, guys, I love AMD. You guys know that. I think AMD is, when AMD was at $44, I told you guys that I thought within the next 2 to 3 years, it was a $150 stock. That was in March. We're already at $93, $94, $95 in just a couple of months. So that $150 price target that I had on AMD is very, very fast approaching. And I still think that you're looking at a $150 stock, and go out 5 years from now, you're probably looking at a $200 stock. Okay. I love AMD. You guys know that if you've been on my channel for a while. In March, when the stock was at $45, I was pounding the table on almost every single one of my live streams. I was begging people to buy AMD. Many of you did. How many of you on this live stream right now, how many of you bought or traded AMD because you heard me talking about it? How many of you guys actually did it? And I've made money on AMD because you guys were following my channel back then. Stock's up, you're up over 100% on your money in just a few months.
I hate AMD. Hate it.
I know you hate AMD because I would say, listen, one of these days you're going to buy it back. It's going to be fine. You're going to buy it back one of these days.
No, I'll never. That's one thing I don't do. If I sell something and then watch it run, I do not buy it back. I hate that company at that point. Like, AMD isn't even on my watch list. Like I watch stocks all day, every day. Like AMD is not
You're
there.
so sour.
Palantir, I just took Palantir off. I was like, don't ask me questions about Palantir. I'll put it back on when it goes to like 1950. It's dead to me. It's dead to me. You know, it's like TrueLeave. Like I love TrueLeave. Okay, I can't like. I've tried to bring myself to buy it again. I bought it at like 1950, which was the average price that I sold it the first time. I bought it at $8 a share. I bought like 36,000 shares, and I sold it at an average price of 1950. And even when it was like 14 and 15 and even 10, I'm like, no, I got to get it cheaper. I got to get it cheaper. You know, so that's my Achilles heel. I just can't go back. You know, there's so many of those.
Nice. Merwan. Look at that comment from Merwan. Merwan says, I'm so happy to join your trading group. I was blind before I joined. I never made any money before. Now I started making money and I'm so happy. Thank you, TDG. Nice, Merwan.
It sounds like a Madonna song.
Yeah.
I made it.
Grammar and punctuation too. Usually people don't type with excellent grammar and punctuation like that.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, like all capital letters and every like true sentences, commas.
I like this thing where Adam puts it up here.
I love it.
Can you please give your thoughts on Unity? Unity! Is that a Rick James thing? I don't know.
You want to take Unity? I mean, I don't really.
What's Unity? Unity is an actual stock?
Oh my God, Jason. Yeah, come on, man. Ticker symbol U. So, I mean, listen, Unity, I like it. I think it's a buy around 120. If you're lucky enough to get it down around 120, I think it's a buy. I think it's a buy around 120.
Damn. Is this a new offering? How old?
It went public in September.
In September? Oh, and it wasn't a direct listing?
I don't even remember.
Okay, ready? If it wasn't a direct, so September, so October, November, December, January, February, March. Short Unity in March. Actually, short Unity in February. Okay? It'll go down $50. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Workhorse, is it a dead horse or can it hit 25 again? It can absolutely hit 25 again. So their USPS contract got delayed again. The markets did not like that. But Workhorse definitely could get to 25 again. It's just going to take some time. It's just going to take some time, but Workhorse can definitely get back to 25.
I like that they just start firing tickers at us.
I know, like without a question, they just go.
You know what the funny thing is? I'm like, I like that they're firing tickers at us and no NEO. And literally the next thing to come up was NEO and Tesla.
Yeah. My thoughts on Tesla and NEO.
Why, guys? Why do it to yourselves? Why do it? You're playing. I'm sorry. I got this one. All right. Look at Mike. Look at Mike. Look at this poor guy. Yo, he's 20. He's 20. Does he look 20 to you? You're aging him, damn it. Look, here's the thing with Tesla. You buy the stock. You don't trade the option. Every time somebody tries to buy puts on this thing, they get destroyed. Every time they buy calls, they get destroyed. And the worst part is, if you're actually right and you make a boatload of money, all of a sudden you think that you're Gordon Gekko trading this thing, you know, like at your desk with the phone, like, I got 2 phones. Oh yeah, buy some Tesla, buy some NEO. Like, you guys end up giving it all back, getting destroyed. Why don't you just own the stock? Okay. I don't trade Tesla. Guys, would you say I'm a pretty good trader? I won't touch Tesla. I like money. I'd rather buy the stock. Okay. Some things, especially some of you new traders, need to do. Okay. If you're just getting into options, you don't start with Tesla. You don't start with Zoom. Okay. You start with, I don't know, U.S. Steel, which, I mean, I started with it and I'm finishing with it. That thing's great. But you want to trade lower volatility options and such. That way you're not like this the whole time. You know, like, here's the thing. If you're trading Tesla, say you're trading Tesla from your laptop, okay? All right. And say all of a sudden, you know, maybe your wife cooked you some dinner or your husband cooked you some dinner the night before, and maybe, you know, they didn't use the best ingredients. And then you're like, oh man, I feel a gurgle. And then you go to the bathroom and you leave your trading station while you're coming back, while you're trading Tesla. You know, you might just shit your pants twice. You might shit your pants twice.
Twice.
Twice. Okay? So don't shit your pants. Trade something where you can, you know, you can get up and you can take a nap. Own Tesla. You don't need to be a hero.
Yeah, guys, listen, when you know, Elon Musk actually said something today which is so spot on when it comes to Tesla, where he said that the market is rewarding them for their future
their future growth.
Yeah, he said something and he told all of his workers, which is ironic because he's now the second richest man in the world, and he was basically telling all his workers that they've got to like be careful and they got to like be, you know, pinching pennies to cut expenses. That's pretty ironic how he's saying that, but that's a good leader of a company. And he was basically saying that they, you know, like they're going to have to ramp up production. They're going to have to meet the demand. Like they're going to have to, basically saying that he's acknowledging that the market is extremely overvaluing Tesla, is basically what he said today, and saying that we better live up to the hype because the market is being generous with their expectations of our execution when it comes to profit margin, deliverability, and executing on the guidance and meeting up and meeting the demand that there is for Teslas. And basically saying, like, if we screw that up, he told everybody in his company that if we screw that up, okay, our stock will get crushed like a souffle under a sledgehammer. And he's right, because the markets are giving these companies, and it's not just Tesla, but they're giving Tesla, Zoom Video.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of
many of them.
Snowflake. I mean, look, you know what? Not even a tech company. I was looking at Disney today. Okay. Disney, all-time highs. Their parks are closed. That's 32% of their revenue. 32%.
Yeah, but at least Disney is a profitable company. Like I'm talking about companies that are not profitable. Now Tesla is profitable, but the point that I'm getting at now is that you have all of these companies that are trading at, you know, like 200, 300 times earnings, and they're not profitable companies. So it's like the market is really rewarding, okay, and being very optimistic with the execution on these companies. And that's why these stocks are so overinflated in value. And that's why when everybody asks me, they're like, well, Mike, should I buy this stock? I'm like, no, you're going to pay 300 times earnings for a stock? Are you out of your mind? I'm like, no, I just can't. It's like, you know, because there's just so much room. There's so much room for error. You know, there's so much room for error that if those companies don't meet those, like, honestly, I like Cloudera, CLDR, one of the cloud computing software companies. They trade at like 28, 30 times. You have some of their competitors trade at 280, 300 times. Cloudera is 30 times. I'll take that. I'd rather buy that. You know, I'd rather buy that. So I own Cloudera, by the way, full disclosure, in my long-term portfolio, ticker symbol CLDR. But like, there's just so many of those companies, and I'm getting off topic, but like going back to Tesla, you know, and Elon Musk is right. Like the valuation is out of control. You know, Tesla should not be closer to a $1 trillion company than it is like, it's just, they shouldn't be valued higher than Berkshire Hathaway. They shouldn't. But yet they are. Now they've got to meet that. They have to meet the expectation. Otherwise, the stock can get crushed. So when people ask me, Mike, what do you think about Tesla? What do you think about NIO? My thoughts are Tesla, great company. Own it. Great company. I'm not bearish on Tesla. I think Tesla is going to go to $1,000. I do. Okay. I do eventually. But I think right now the stock is very, very, very expensive. It's extremely overvalued. It got pushed higher because you have all these index funds that track the S&P that had to come in. It put like $100 billion in motion. They had a thing on CNBC that like once Tesla got added to the S&P, it triggered $100 billion in trades where index funds had to come and buy Tesla to try to track the S&P and wait out their holdings because they're now being added. And it's not like Tesla's a small company. They're going to be like the 5th or 6th largest company in the S&P. So that's a huge weighting. That's going to affect the S&P big time.
It's no longer the FANG.
Yeah. Like it's FANG.
Yeah. I think what people really need to get a hold of is one, if you're long Tesla, it doesn't mean go out and sell it. Okay. This thing's going to provide you with buyable dips. Like if this thing dropped to 500 tomorrow, there would be 1,000 people lined up with a fistful of hundreds trying to buy shares. Right. But the point is, right. And this is what Musk is saying, guys, the margin for error it's razor thin. Okay. And this is one of those where, look, this is why I don't like trading calls or puts in Tesla. You get into a situation, everything's great, you're profitable, it closes, maybe you're like, and then it closes and you're like, man, maybe I should have taken profit. And then the next day it can gap down $70. And then that's it. And I've seen way too many people. I saw so many people, so many traders that got wiped out after their forward split for just overreaching and not taking profit and then suffering that type of gap down where they literally wiped out like 5-6 months of gains in a trade. You can't do that. That's why it's one of those things like own the stock, don't be a hero. And that's it, Next question. Do I think pot stocks will pull back a little in December? It's possible. Okay. So I think that some of these cannabis companies are going to start doing offerings, maybe the last offerings into the new year. So which of those companies do I think? I'll tell you who I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be Curaleaf because they did a shelf offering. I don't think it's going to be Green Thumb because they already did one. TrueLeaf did one. Harvest did one. I think really the two biggest who I'd be happy for them to do an offering because the stock would pull back would be Cresco Labs, which is CRLBF, or TerraSend, TRSSF, which is at $10, which is just nuts because we bought it under $3. So yeah, I mean, I do think there will be. I think that you'll see some tax loss selling, heavier in the Canadian names, just because you got a lot of bag holders all over the place there. So, it's just kind of something to look at. But, going into Q1 of 2021, look, the MSOs are going to continue to just grind up like 1%. It's complete tortoise in the hare. Yesterday I talked to somebody at Canaccord, one of the main book runners over there. Book runner is somebody that basically gets some of these companies public. And we were talking about valuations and we were talking about Canopy, right? So when we were talking, Canopy had a valuation in CAD at $13.9 billion, and Curaleaf had a $9.3 billion market cap. Okay, yet Curaleaf did 103 million more in revenue in the last Q. It doesn't have nearly any of the impairments or goodwill. Its debt is much better, much cleaner than Canopy's, and its cash position is in line with Canopy's. Yet, Canopy's market cap is $4 billion higher. Guys, at some point, that's going to fix itself, you know? And I think that point comes when, you know, we get safe banking here in the US, and then we start to see some of these companies trade on the big boards, right? And it's not going to be overnight. It'll probably be a while. But when that happens, it's like run from the Auroras, the Sundials, you know, the OGIs, the Afrias, because they can't compete with the US companies. And I think all of that money is going to flow out of them and into the MSOs. So, yeah.
For sure. Okay, next. Somebody was asking about what's a good strategy for stop losses at the low of the day or the prior day's low. That's not, you don't set stop losses just at random places like that. That is not a strategy for stop losses. So to place a proper stop loss, you don't just say, okay, what's the low of the day? I'm going to put my stop loss below that. It's not the way. That's not the proper way for you guys to set stop losses. There is not a specific strategy on how to set stop losses where it's that clear cut. Okay, you're not going to have something like that. You're going to end up getting stopped out a lot if you're just randomly putting stop losses at it. Like, oh, okay, I'm just going to put at the low of the day. Or your risk reward on trades is going to be skewed if you're just setting your stop losses at the low of the day like that. The way that you need to properly set stop losses is first you have to determine, well, what's the reason why you're buying the stock in the first place? There's got to be a setup, a pattern, you know, something that makes you say, okay, there's a reason why I'm buying the stock. And then there's going to be a level based on that setup or pattern that if the stock breaks below that level, then the setup or pattern that you're looking at is no more. So whenever the reason why you bought that stock in the first place, okay, when that reason is no more, that's when you've got to get out of the trade. So once you learn to identify support levels, resistance levels, and most importantly, those setups, all right, when a stock breaks below a particular level, that will break that setup down. Where that setup no longer exists, you set your stop loss just below that level. So let's say, for example, if I say there's support at $5, okay, I'm looking at a descending triangle pattern, or I'm looking at a TT triangle, or I'm looking at whatever the setup is, and I say there's support at $5, I'm going to buy the stock in front of $5. You know that if the stock breaks below that level, then that setup, that pattern, it's no more. So I have no reason to be in the trade anymore. So you set your stop loss just below that level. So call it 490, 485, whatever it is, but below the $5 level, and that's where you set your stop loss. And you're going to do that on every single one of your trades. So it's about what's the setup that you're trading. Every setup is going to have a different area for you to set your stop loss depending on what the setup that you're trading is. You don't just say, I'm just going to set my stop loss randomly at the low of the day.
Sorry, I'm just laughing.
Kevin Yemenez says, so which American cannabis company do you like?
Ooh, which American cannabis company do I like? I like a bunch of them. I like my biggest holding right now is Green Thumb Investments. That's GTBIF, followed by Curaleaf, CURLF, followed by PW, which is Power REIT. I like IIPR, which I just sold for a 200% gain, but I'll come back. I like Cresco Labs, CRLBF. I like TerraSend a lot, but I don't own it, TRSSF. I like TrueLeave a lot, TCNNF. You know, I'd say TrueLeave, Curaleaf, and Green Thumb are my three favorite U.S. companies. They are the three biggest. They are, I'm going to give it to you. Ready? You guys ready for this? They are the top 3 in revenue. Well, actually, yeah. Curaleaf, 238 million. Green Thumb, 205 million. Cresco Labs, 195 million. GW Pharma, 179 million. TrueLeave, 178 million. Afria, which is a Canadian, 144. Canopy, 135 million. Canopy is the 7th on the list of revenue, and it's number 1 in terms of market cap. Kronos isn't even on the list, and it's like 4th in market cap. That's how disgusting it is. So if you're wondering what happened with Mike's Neo short, it worked. And he was out. I answer all Neo questions for Mike tonight. So if you got a question about Neo, just ask me.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that just asked me. A couple of people said, "Hey, do you still plan on shorting Moderna?" I already shorted Moderna.
Yeah, why? After $10, who cares? Like, why try it again?
I already shorted Moderna. I made $30 a share on it. I shorted at 165. I covered it at 136. I'm out of that trade. NIO, we're already out of that trade as well. I actually shorted LI. Same idea. NIO, XPEV, LI, same thing.
I see a question from Doodle. Doodle says, Wolf never posts stop losses for pot stocks. Yeah, because I don't lose on pot stocks. But my stop loss is generally 10 to 15%, in case you were wondering. But usually I give myself enough insurance to stay in the trade. But, I'm not in any risk of, running on some of these pot stocks at all. We've churned these things so much, back and forth. Wolf says he never. Oh, Kronos. I lost on one option. I'm not even gonna do it. I won't even do it. I was gonna show my Green Thumb P&L, but I don't want to put Mike's watch to shame. Mike could buy like 4 of those watches on my Green Thumb P&L. I don't know. How much is that watch? Like $50? $60?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Guys, look, when it comes to pot stocks, I take a very measured approach. Guys, also understand I've been doing this since there was 13 pot stocks. 13. Okay? So way back in 2013. So I've seen everything come out. I've also participated in a lot of these things before they went public. So I know the ins and outs. I know the ones to stay away from. I know, and some are like, I won't even talk shit about them. I just pretend like I didn't see the question. But the companies that we've been in, especially in TTG, have all completely dominated. Like complete everything. All right, ready? We'll run through the first entries or the lowest entries. Okay, Green Thumb, lowest entry, $12. Okay, currently 21 something. Curaleaf, lowest entry, 675, currently 11 something. Cresco Labs, 515. All right, I don't know what it's at right now, 10 something. 1032. TerraSend, 286. It's like right under $10 right now. TrueLeave, I alerted a 1950 and then a 17. It's like 33. But I'm not even in that. Power REIT, PW, okay, 870. Okay, it's at, I don't know, last I checked when I opened my long-term portfolio, it was at like 27. Okay, IIPR, $50. 148 was the take profit. So, I get myself in a situation where, look, if the thing drops 10%, usually I feel comfortable enough to get in, but I'm also coming in tiers, so I never have to get to that point, especially when I go to a full position, and guys, if you're in TTG, I'm coming in when cannabis stocks are at their weakest, when people are their most panicked. You know, be first, be fast, or cheat. I tend to just be first.
If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right.
That doesn't make any sense. You could be second, you could be third.
Oh, yeah, and Harvest. Sorry, I forgot about Harvest, 96 cents. What was I thinking? Acreage, 195. There's been a couple of other ones. I don't know. Can you hear that in the background?
Yes, I can hear that. Is NETE on your watch list on this pullback? No, it's not. Just an open question. Who the heck is still buying NKLA? I have a put option 15 that's negative. When do we see the drop, like the drop of the semi coasting down a hill? You saw the drop, Eric. Eric, you saw the drop. You know, I mean, the stock was down 28% in one day, then down another like 16%. I mean, that was the drop. You know, that is a big drop in NKLA. I'll just pull up the chart. I mean, that was the drop. I mean, you're talking about like a 40% drop. So, I mean, if you're looking for a stock to drop, you know, the same dollar wise from them rolling their little truck down the hill, it's a cheaper price. But percentage drop was, I mean, guys, that was disgusting. We'd crushed this trade. You know, I had put options on Nikola after that news, and I sold them yesterday for a 62% gain. You know, I mean, that is the drop, Eric. You know, now you dropped right into a major support level down here. You know, this is a key support level that's trying to hold. I mean, you're not just going to cut right through that level like a hot knife through butter after experiencing a 40% drop like that. So you might have to consolidate here for a little while. And then if it breaks it, maybe it gets down to $13. But, you know, there's not too much meat left on this bone. That's why I got out of those put options. You know, maybe we can go down to, like I said, 13 maybe, but that was a big drop. So, you know, don't try to get too greedy with it. All right.
Sorry, guys, I'm big time. I got people calling me. Is NIO the best EV stock out there, better than Tesla? Just kidding. That wasn't a real question. Is RKT? Ooh, this is a good question. Rocket Mortgage. Is Rocket Mortgage a buy now? I think what was the IPO? $12 on Rocket Mortgage. Here's the thing about Rocket Mortgage. They're holding a lot of mortgages, and we're about to have a moratorium on, you know, all these forbearance. And I would avoid anything real estate related right now. Okay. How many U.S. cannabis companies are profitable? I don't know. A lot. You know, if you're doing it on like an apples to oranges comparison with Canada, it's like you would never put $1 into a Canadian company. But the drop off after, like, you know, some of the MSOs, it's pretty significant. Like after you get through like the top 10, you know.
Somebody asked me if I could do some technical analysis on Boeing. My boy Johnny B. Anything for you, Johnny.
Johnny B.
Anything for you, Johnny. Let's go to the charts.
To the charts, Batman.
To the charts. I'll start this off with congratulations to anyone that followed me in March when I bought the stock at 106. Jason, shut up. I know you bought it at 90 something.
No, I bought it at 90. There's a difference.
Whatever. I bought it at 106.
About $16 difference.
All right. Well, the low of the pullback is 89. All right. So screw off. I added this guy's right down here on this day at 106 in my long-term portfolio. The stock is now sitting here at 225.80. listen, the thing about Boeing is Boeing has seen upside for two reasons here in the month of November, and now the first trading session here in December. It saw a boost in November because of all the vaccine news. All the vaccine news bodes well for airlines. If airlines, then that means that bodes well for Boeing. They can actually get some airplanes sold to some of these airlines. So Boeing saw a big move in November. That's a big move for Boeing, guys. Now today the stock saw a boost because, and the other day, well, today because they actually flew the 737 MAX. Okay, they did a flight with journalists on the 737 MAX. It took off. I think it landed in Dallas for a successful flight. That American Airlines, I believe, was doing it, I think. But yeah, guys, and that's why you just had this break. Now, this is a resistance level that Boeing got above today, which was 223. Okay, 223 is this little double top that you saw here from just a couple days ago. All right, we just pushed through that. Your next resistance area is going to be just that little pivot point right there, 234. Okay, so you could see Boeing push up towards 234. And then once you get there, that's going to be resistance for Boeing. Not only is that this previous pivot resistance from June, but it's also this gap. You see this little gap right there from March? Okay, that's going to be a significant level. Okay, this like 234 to 234 to like 240, that is going to be an area of resistance for Boeing. Okay, that's going to be an area of resistance for Boeing. If you are panicking and you're freaking out right now because you wanted to buy Boeing in your long-term portfolio and you did not, all right, I told people in September and October that it's a buy in the 140s, 150s. And that was when the stock was down in here, that I was like, these are buyable areas in Boeing, that was a nice area of support. But if you guys still have not bought Boeing in your long terms and you want to wait. All right. I do not expect this stock to blast through 240. I do think you'll have a pullback away from 240 and maybe you can get long closer to 200. Now, I do think in the next several years that Boeing gets back to 300. If and when Boeing gets back to 300, it's going to be an absolute brick wall. There's going to be so much resistance in the low 300s. It's not even funny. And all you have to do is look to your left and look at all of this. This is going to be an absolute brick wall when Boeing gets to this level. Okay. So, you know, I do think it gets there in the next few years, but if you're looking for an active trade, put options when Boeing gets to 300. Buy a month expiration out or a couple of weeks expiration out when Boeing gets back to 300. Write a little note down somewhere, put a price alert on Boeing that'll stay there for several years and get notified when Boeing gets to 300 because there's going to be a short opportunity. It's not going to break through that level on its first attempt. It'll pull back away from it.
Yeah, there's better stocks out there to make 30% on, you know. And guys, this is a tough trade. I wouldn't touch Boeing here. You know, I mean, of course I sold it at 185, but we were in the 143, 149, 150 call options right before it made this move. But you can't buy. I won't buy Boeing under 175. I mean, I wouldn't even consider buying it until it got under 175. Their deliveries are awful. I think people are getting really ahead of themselves thinking that, oh, airlines are going to be coming back. A bunch of reporters flew on the 737 MAX. Guys, a bunch of you probably flew on the 737 MAX. You probably just didn't know it. Would you fly on a 737 MAX if you had to now? If you had a choice? I'm not flying on a 737 MAX. I don't care if it's like 0.001% chance.
You know, I'm going to take the contrarian argument for the first time here.
Wow.
I would fly on a 737 MAX because there's not a single aircraft on the planet that has gone through more scrutiny from regulators than that plane. And if you think for 1 second that Boeing would have that plane go up in the air if it was not without any doubt, the safest aircraft on the entire planet. So I think if you're going to get on a plane, get on the 737 MAX. At this point,
they probably do.
I'm just saying, I'm taking the opposite. So you always take the contrarian side of the argument.
You know what, though?
I'm playing devil's advocate.
I actually agree with you. Or they just had their old plane and then they slapped hey, this is a 737 MAX. And like, yeah, guys, enjoy the set. They're like, oh, take down that old sticker.
Right. Just slap the sticker on over there.
Yeah. Johnny B, what trade are you in for Boeing? I want to hear this. I want to know what Johnny B is trading right now.
He made 100% on call options today, I think.
Good.
Yeah, I think Johnny made 100% on call options today.
Take the profit. I tell Johnny not to trade high volatility, but he doesn't. He likes high volatility. He loves, gambling, baby.
Nice job, Johnny. 109% today. Great job, brother.
Nice. Good job.
All right, I think now we're
Are we done?
No, not yet. I'm going to see about some newbies. So see what kind of newbies we have in here. We'll take a couple newbie questions before I dive into the lessons of the day.
Hold on. Somebody's saying that our hemp stock went up 50% today.
Oh, who cares? So it's worth $5 instead of $2.50.
Oh, it's 0062.
What is that?
$36,000.
$36,000. What?
Wow. We have 6 million shares of that pig.
Piece of
it was like 10 cents, but we could never clear it.
So anyway, Kevin D, first time here. Do you look at SPACs every day, baby? You have to. You got to be looking at SPACs. SPAC market's on fire. SPAC market's on fire. Listen, it'll cool off. Obviously. Yeah, the SPAC market's on fire. You have to look at SPACs.
We're in 2 weed SPACs right now. Yeah. SAMA, SAMA. If you want to pull it up, and then I don't know the other one. It's like Jay-Z's. You don't even have to pull up SAMA.
Yeah. I've traded a bunch of SPACs lately. I've traded I traded QS, I traded Nikola, I traded SBE, I traded I don't know. I've traded a lot of them. I've traded a lot of the SPACs. Okay. So yes, we absolutely do trade SPACs. Guys, what I want to do now real quick is I just want to see, guys, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. My Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen. I'm always posting trade ideas, trade recaps, some general market commentary stuff. So go ahead, guys, give me a follow there on Twitter at MikeEdward_TTG. You guys don't have to follow the Wolf. He's already Twitter famous. You guys can help me out and follow me and get me up there.
Get you guys, if you're gonna follow me, which is at Wolf of Weed ST, just follow him instead, please. I don't need any new followers.
He's blue check verified on Twitter, guys. He reminds me of it every day that I don't have a blue check. I'm gonna have to see about that. So guys,
we have the best cat posters, I swear.
I know. I'm really good at it though. Guys, listen. I want to know how many people that are on the live stream right now. I want to know how many of you guys are brand new to trading. If you are brand new to trading, I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. All right. We got Trevor, FG, Dave, Deanne, Rad, Christy, Cameron, Breadstick, Tyler, Pimp, God, Loves You, Blue Flames, Coronde, I don't know how to pronounce that, Ghost, Melissa, Deza, Butchie, Ron, wow, a lot of newbies, Ellen, Jason, Abnir, Tom Luong, Tani, my brother, yep, I made that, guys, Albert, Samuel Boyd, Dan Barron, David Childs, James, Alan Wu, Rhonda Bors, wow, David McAllister, Darren Lorenz. We have a lot. Addison, a lot of newbies. Wow. Guys, what are your goals for my newbies here? What are your goals with trading? Type your goals real quick in chat. I want to know what you guys, why are you looking to get into trading? What are your goals? Type them in chat real quick. Fire my boss, $100 a day. Can work around the world. Tell my boss to keep my raise, to hire a personal chef. Tell the boss to go screw. To quit my job, $200. Long-term wealth, financial freedom, pay off my house before 40. Retirement, savings cushion, more money, more travel. Come on, Jimbo. I can't repeat that, Jimbo. Retiring in a year, have cash on hand to play with. Okay. To date me, Andrea. Come on.
I'm cheap.
Maybe she wants to date you. Maybe it's not
No,
me.
I'm married. I got a prenup right here, guys. You don't want to date me. You don't want to date me. I got a prenup.
Good, guys. All guys, awesome. Good. So you guys, all right. So I like this. So you guys have a lot of you have a lot of newbies that are on here. A lot of you are. It's important for you to set realistic goals for you newbies, because gaining confidence as a trader is very important. You guys want to be able to cross off goals as you achieve them as a trader. All right. You don't. It's important early in your career to set attainable and realistic goals. Like, you don't want to just put like, oh, I want to be rich. That's not a realistic or defined goal that you can cross off one day. And you want to walk the ladder. Like, you want to make $100 in a day. Great. Make that a goal. Then once you achieve that, make it 200. Once you achieve that, make it 500. Once you achieve that, make it 1,000, so on and so on and so on. Like, set realistic and attainable goals that you can actually cross them off, because that gives you a sense of self-accomplishment, and that's important to build confidence. One thing that all traders have in common is successful traders. One thing all successful traders have in common is confidence. All right. So it's important, and being able to achieve goals is very important. And becoming a consistently profitable trader, guys, this is exactly, the dreams that everybody has. It's all real. It's trading from anywhere in the world, telling your boss to go screw. I mean, Jason told his boss to go screw a few years ago, trading from anywhere in the world before COVID. I mean, I was in Italy trading. I was in Dubai trading. I'm in LA. I'm in Miami. I'm in Vegas. I was in Canada. I mean, you can travel all over the world, and as long as I have internet, I can work. And that's one of the most beautiful things about trading. And believe me, if it wasn't for COVID, I'd be talking to you guys, doing live streams from other, hemispheres. But right now we're here. But that's one of the beauties about trading, and it's a very realistic goal, and it's something that a lot of people get into trading for that specific reason. But all of these goals that you all have, it all starts with an education. You guys are not going to be able to just start trading one day and you're just going to, without getting an education, you're just going to put a bunch of money into the stock market and you guys are just going to become millionaires. It's not the way that it works. You have to get education, just like anything else, just like any other profession, just like any other skill. You want to learn how to be a mechanic? Guess what? You got to get an education on how to be a mechanic. You want to be a plumber? You need an education. You want to be a carpenter? You need an education. You want to be a lawyer? You want to be a doctor? Doesn't matter what the hell you want to be. You need an education on how to be good at that profession. And trading is no different. What makes you think you're just going to open up a trading account, put 10 grand in it, and just turn it into $1 million? Why? Why do you think you can do that without knowing what the hell you're doing? You wouldn't think that you can do that with any other profession. Yeah. So why do you think you can do it with trading? It all starts with an education. That's why we're here. That's why we've got this YouTube channel. And that's why we go through and I share these lives with you guys to give you guys some education. Okay. So for the last 5 minutes of the Q&A session, we're going to get into the lessons, guys. We're going to recap the day. We're going to talk about how to prevent you guys from over trading and how to protect profits. So it's going to be the main lessons on the day. Before we do, we're going to take the last 5 minutes. I want questions from newbies only. If you are a newbie, you're brand new at this, don't be shy. Fire away. Ask Jason and I questions to help get you guys started. Live feed hours. Well, the live on YouTube, we usually go from like 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. But during the day, we trade live. We start at 7:30 a.m. Eastern and we close down around 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Should I trade penny stocks? No.
Carl Weiser, when you cross VWAP, does that mean the stock goes for a run? No. No, that does not mean the stock goes for a run. There's a lot more to it than that. Is there a trading journal you recommend? Trading View. View is spelled V-U-E. When to buy and when to sell. Siobhan, I'm sorry, way too general of a question. I'd be here for 10 hours explaining that to you.
Who makes more money, you or Warrior Trading? That guy's got a ponytail, doesn't he? Doesn't he have a ponytail?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got a ponytail, guys.
He does.
Probably.
Guys, I
feel like that guy's like wearing Grateful Dead. You know who he reminds me of? You ever see that
show?
I don't
care. I don't care. Guys, listen, I don't talk bad about anybody. I stay in my own lane.
What's his name?
I don't talk, listen.
Also a good guy.
Yeah, I don't listen. From what I hear, he's had a great year. I'm happy as hell for him. I'm happy for all traders that have good years. His style is extremely different from mine. It's not a style that works for a lot of people, but he's very good at his style. And my props and congrats to anybody, but who makes more money? I don't like to talk about my P&L. I don't like to talk about my P&L. I like to kind of keep. I'm very private.
Come on, who does that remind you of, Mike?
I don't know who that reminds me of. I don't care.
That reminds me of Ross, the guy from Silicon Valley.
We're moving on. We are moving on. Let's see. Next question.
Is X going to give it to us tomorrow? Yeah, baby, it always gives it to us. Gapping it, it's moving up after hours. So long as futures hold. We haven't looked at futures. Guys, look, X is consistent, right? I saw a question. Do I think it's going to go up by the year's end? Right now, following its trajectory, it's going up about 8% a month. Yeah, I mean, look, I really like the infrastructure plays right now. I've been using infrastructure to rotate into, and it's worked out beautifully. I mean, U.S. Steel, guys, 3 weeks ago was like $8.
We got another question. What will your courses teach us? Will we learn VWAP and Fibonacci and stuff? Carl Weiser, the courses in True Trading Group are going to teach you more than you guys have ever dreamed of understanding. What you will understand, or what I need you to understand, is that the courses that are available for you guys on True Trading Group, I wrote those courses. It's a simplified version of the education that I received when I worked at a hedge fund. So for those of you guys that do not know who I am, or maybe this is your first time on the channel, I started trading. It was my first job out of college. I was working for a hedge fund in New York City. And I had to go through an educational training program at the fund where other traders and analysts that worked there came in, and for 3 months, they taught us different things about trading. And I had to pass that program before I was able to trade with the fund's money. So I've since taken that education, I've simplified it, and I've created these courses. So you are getting the same education that you would receive getting trained at a hedge fund. Okay. I don't have any special gimmicks or any secrets or anything like that. It's just, it's what I learned. It's what taught me how to become the trader that I am today. Yes, we do cover VWAP and Fibonacci and all of that stuff. But there's way more to it than that, my man. There's way more to it. But yes, you get all of that is included in our courses. Yes.
Is there?
Matthew. Matthew said, "Do hedge funds day trade?" Absolutely, man. So there's different types of hedge funds. Different types of hedge funds have different
charters.
Yeah, so we were what's called a long short, a neutral long short equity fund. Okay, a neutral long short equity fund means that we're not positioned for any one particular directional move or invested in any one particular sector. You have some hedge funds that are long only. They only go long. You have some hedge funds that are only short. They only short. Okay. You have aggressive growth hedge funds. You have value hedge funds. You have real estate hedge funds. You have, Forex hedge funds. We were in equities, and we also did some options hedging. Okay. But we were mostly a neutral long short equity fund, which means we'll go long, we'll go short, and we'll play other sides of the markets. We're just there to generate a return for clients. Regardless of market direction or any specific type of hedging. So you also have quantum like hedge funds that use all algorithmic and they're computer based, and it's all mathematical equations. And then you have hedge funds that are derived from analysts come up with trade ideas and traders execute. There's so many different types of hedge funds. And you have high frequency trading, those are hedge funds that will make thousands of trades throughout the day with a computer, with an algorithm, and they're just day trading back and forth, just taking advantage of liquidity pockets. So yeah, there's a lot of different types of hedge funds.
Do you see Bill Ackerman did 162% this year?
Yeah, he had a monster year.
Jeez.
He had a monster year.
All right, from crying on CNBC to 162%.
I was so pissed when he did that on CNBC, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like I was so pissed off when I saw, because I knew that he was so full of it. I'm watching him on CNBC and I'm like, bro, this is fraud. I'm like, you are so full of it. I was like, I know that you're buying. And how do I know you're buying? Because I'm buying and I know you're smarter than me. And I'm like, you're so full of it on here on CNBC. I was so pissed when I saw him crying on CNBC. It was such an act. Oh, it was such an act. That pissed me off so bad. He should be in jail for that. That's market manipulation. I don't care what anybody says. That is market manipulation. That pissed me off so bad.
It's amazing. Thank you, Bill.
I'm so whatever. I don't want to talk about it. I'm done. I'm done with the Q&A. I lost all respect for him. Seriously, that day I lost all respect for him. Don't ever talk to me about Bill Ackman again. I lost all respect for that guy. All right. Okay. So anyway, moving on. That does it. That concludes our Q&A session. We got a lot of lessons we're going to get into. Wolf.
Yeah. Can you just go over my U.S. Steel trade?
I mean, why don't you go over your U.S. Steel trade?
Well, you can. All right, sure.
I mean, I don't know what you did. It was your trade.
Okay, guys. So if you were in this trade, so yesterday we had 130% gain on the $15 call option. Okay, and then at the end of the day, we rolled the dice and we got into the 15.50 call. Okay, this morning we had a little bit of a gap down, but I wasn't really buying it. And we dropped down and I was like, okay, 1485. We tested it, came off of it, tested it, came off. And then we went right through it and popped right back up. So we ended up exiting the trade at, 102 was the high. I got out at 93. And that turned out to be a wise choice because then we pulled back again. But this time, got into the $15 calls at 102, took them from 102 to 125. Just printing money, guys. And I had big size this morning. One of the things that I also bought the 15s this morning at 80 cents and then traded them, sold out of them, got back in. And then I averaged down on the 1550s at 61 cents, which I think was a bottom tick. And now I'm holding some overnight. And then on top of that,
you're still in some X calls?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know you were still in some.
Yeah, I'm still in. We're still in the 1550s, so it's at like 1570. I'm going to watch and see like that. The key area for me is 1585. I think I've discovered a flaw in the matrix, which you will only understand if you're in TTG. So when Mike tells you about TTG3, come on in. But yeah, and then, we took a couple other trades. I think we traded IEA, which is just like a quick trade. I think it was like, I don't know. It was like 50 cents. took Green Thumb, just rinsed and repeated that, and then took some Curaleaf as well. But I mean, just a really big P&L day. Yeah, so we took Curaleaf at the high today. So we took 2 take profits.
You think Curaleaf pulls back off of like this little triple top area? This $11.50 to $12 area is a lot of resistance.
Yeah, you know, it's possible. I'm not too worried about it. Like, I welcome a pullback, you know, because I keep taking profit up here. But look, eventually this area is going to break. Okay. And that's what you need to understand. Curaleaf is a $20 stock. I said it. Okay. Now it's not going to be overnight. So, you know, what happens right now with the price action, the way that I am managing and staying active in this trade is completely insulating me from any, you know, potential like downturn in it. You know, last time we took profit at 11.50, it dropped all the way back down to 9.50. And I was buying that. I mean, in one day, I bought like 8,000 shares of Curaleaf in the 9s. And I was just like, nope, not, you know, I'm like not selling it, you know. And that was the same thing with Green Thumb. And, you know, look, if you're comfortable and careful in these trades and you provide yourself enough of a buffer, you know, you can really get long these stocks. So, so yeah, that's it. We crushed today. I mean, you know, Mike was pretty bored. My thumbs just hurt from taking so much profit today.
Yeah,
yeah.
Today was a big risk
yeah,
off. You're taking a lot of profit today.
The wolf pack is on a run in TTG.
Yeah, the wolf pack is on a run, man. That's for sure.
We are definitely, like, you know, for the people that do the one-on-ones, and, you know, I think if you guys are in TTG, you should put a little wolf emoji to let the other members of TTG know that you're part of the wolf pack. All right. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Enjoy, and I will see you tomorrow.
All right, later, bro.
Later.
All right, guys. So that just about does it on our Q&A. We have a lot to get into now tonight on the lessons. Man, the Q&A is I always go over every time. I got to tell you guys, every time I start the live stream, I'm like, I'm only going to do 20 minutes of Q&A. I'm only going to do 20 minutes. And I get so caught into the Q&A. It's an hour and 20 minutes later, and I'm still here doing Q&As. I'm like, I just lose track of time when you guys ask me all these questions. I can't help it. I'm sorry. It takes me this long to get to the lessons. I just get caught up in answering all your questions. I want to answer as many as I can, and there's still thousands that I miss. But anyway, moving on. I want to make sure all of you that are brand new, all of you guys that are newbies, and you guys are looking to get started, and you're looking to get an education before you start trading, which I highly recommend you get an education. Even if you don't get your education from me, make sure you get a professional education, and make sure you understand the background of the person that you're getting the education from. So make sure that you're actually getting good information. You're not getting some BS nonsense that they just made up and they say it's a special secret. The special secrets don't exist. Believe me, take from someone that's done this professionally on Wall Street. Special secrets don't exist. So for those of you that are interested, we do have a 7-day trial, guys. You can go to ttgthree.com. The URL's right there at the bottom of the screen. It's a 7-day trial. It's only $3. It's a one-time payment of $3. It's not reoccurring. And you'll get access to our member dashboard for 7 days, so you can see the resources and tools that are available to you as a full-time member. You'll be able to get access to our stock profile tool, which allows you to type in a ticker symbol. You get a downloadable PDF report on general news about the company, general information about the company, news, insider transactions, analyst ratings, SEC filings, all that. That can really help you in your due diligence trying to make your investment and trading decisions. You're also going to be able to get our daily watch list, okay, our premium watch list, which is the list of stocks that we're looking to trade on the day, and why we're trading those stocks and how we are going to be trading them. Like I would say, guys, where we're looking to buy, where we're looking to sell. That's our watch list. We give that out every single morning. You get that. You also get three courses that are specifically for the trial program. These are 3 sample courses. They're not as in-depth as the regular curriculum courses, but nonetheless, these are 3 courses that are guaranteed to make you guys better traders. These courses alone are probably worth a few $100. They're included with this 7-day trial for just $3. And then you'll be able to join our trading chat room for 3 days live and trade with us live. I share my screen. The other moderators share their screen. So you guys see exactly what it is that we are trading, what we're doing, what we're looking at. And we're also on the microphone talking to you live. So we're also on the mic telling you exactly what we're doing, what we're buying, what we're selling, why we're buying, why we're selling. We tell you guys what we're doing before we actually make a move. So before I buy stock, I tell everybody the stock that I'm about to buy. So that's our live trading chat room. And obviously, and then once our trades execute, you get a push notification that lets you know that our orders have been filled. So that is the TTG chat room. You guys get access to all this as a trial member. And we have a trading log on our website, which tracks all of our trading performance on all the moderators. It has all of our trade history, our wins, our losses, our break evens. It's all there on the website. You'll be able to access that as well to see how all of us are performing individually as traders. Okay. All of that's included. Like I said, guys, it's a 7-day trial. It's just $3. You can upgrade to a full membership during your trial if you want, but you're under no obligation to do so. So if you guys want to join that 7-day trial and get your education started, go right there to that URL, ttgthree.com. What do you guys have to lose? It's $3. That's less than a cup of coffee. All right. That's less than a cup of coffee. Okay. So with that said, it's time to get down to business. We have some stuff that I want to go over with you guys on this live stream. My trade today, CATB. That was where I made all my money today. 24% gain on CATB was a good one. There's a couple of lessons we're going to take away from this. We're going to talk about if a stock is truly strong, you're going to get more than one crack at it. Okay. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is a trade line view up crossover. Okay. Lesson number 3, how to protect your profits. And lesson number 4, how to prevent you guys from over trading. These are all the things that we're going to talk about on this live stream. Before I get into that, show me that you guys are excited to get into this stuff. Show me you guys are ready to get those lessons by smashing that like button. You guys haven't done so already, smash that like button. Let me know how excited you guys are to kind of get things going here, the educational part of the live stream. Time to get down to business and dive into the lessons and make you all better traders. Smash that like button. Let me know how much you appreciate the time, energy, and effort that I put into all these lives every single day. I'm on here educating you guys, answering questions, and sharing these trade ideas, trade recaps, and educational content with you on this channel for free. Smash that like button. Let me know you guys appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Awesome, guys. I appreciate you all. So listen, while I get to the lessons, I'm going to leave this, the URL pinned to the screen. For those of you that are interested in the trial program, you guys can go right there. I'll leave the URL up there. It's just $3. That's it. Literally. You guys have nothing to lose. It's $3. All right. Now let's get to CATB. First thing I want to mention with you guys on CATB. First thing I want to mention here, I missed my first entry. All right. I was trying to buy CATB at like $2.04. And I was trying to buy some pretty big size. And as I come in here and I'm going to zoom into the chart now on CATB, the first thing that we're going to talk about is my first attempt of an entry. I did not get filled. Okay. Here was my first attempt at an entry. Okay, right here, and I did not get filled. All right, I came in there with a bid. I was trying to buy big size. I didn't want to just market order myself in. Now, obviously, hindsight, I should have. But when I was coming in with the size that I was coming in with, I was trying to see if I can just get filled there on the bid. And I did not. And the stock just pushed away and it ran without me. The first thing that I want to go over with you guys here is to remember that if a stock's truly strong, you're going to get another crack at it. Okay. You're going to get another crack at it. Okay. You're going to get another crack at it because so many traders, okay, get frustrated when they miss their entry point. They get very upset. They're like, oh man, they kick, they scream, they throw like a hissy fit and they lose focus at that moment. When you miss your entry and the stock does exactly what you thought it was going to do, that's not a time to pout. That's a time to get excited and get focused, because what does that tell you? It tells you that you were right. It tells you that you were correct in your analysis. Stock did exactly what you thought it was going to do. You just didn't get filled. So therefore, the stock is telling you what? A, your analysis is correct. B, the stock is strong. The stock is pushing higher. That's why you didn't get filled. The pullback was so shallow that I didn't get my fill and the stock just continued to push higher. So that tells me, okay, the stock has momentum. I didn't even get my pullback. So now my analysis is correct. The stock's got momentum. This means now it's time for me to really focus and look for another entry opportunity. Don't kick and scream and throw a hissy fit and start to throw stuff and bang my desk and everything, because that's not going to get you into the stock. All that's going to do is cause you to lose focus. So when I miss my entry on things, and if you miss your entry on something, say this out loud to yourself immediately. Okay, I missed my entry. I tried to get in at $2.04. Okay, I went there, I bid 50,000 shares at $2.04, and I did not get filled. Now, I could have kicked and screamed when the stock ran to 230, 240, and be like, oh man, I could have been all upset. But no, that's a time for me to get focused and say, okay, I missed my entry, but if this stock is truly strong, I will get another crack at it. I'll have another opportunity to enter this trade if the stock is truly strong. Now, if the stock is not truly strong, and that means that that was the only opportunity to buy the stock, it's probably really not a stock you want to be in anyway. If the stock's going to give you one move and then it's just going to give up, it's going to just die, that's not a trade you want to be in anyway. So you know what? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that you didn't get filled. Okay. But if the stock's truly strong and you're going to get follow through, and this is a home run, you'll get another chance to buy it. That's lesson number one I want you to take away from this trade. Okay. And say that to yourself. Again, if the stock is truly strong, I'll get more than one crack at it. Write that down. Say it to yourself. It'll keep you focused when you miss your initial entry. Exactly what happened to me on CATB. I missed my initial entry. So let's go back to the charts and let's talk about your next entry opportunity, because I missed my first entry spot right there. Okay, I missed it. So now as I pan this over, okay, as we pan this over, you see the stock goes all the way up to 240. So now we go all the way up to 240. The volume continues to increase as the stock is climbing higher. I draw out my Fibonacci retracement levels now. Okay, I draw out my Fibonacci retracement levels now. And then I say to myself, okay, we have a potential buying zone down here around 215. Why do we have a potential buying zone around 215? This takes me to the second lesson of the day, which is a trade line VWAP crossover pattern. Trade line VWAP crossover patterns are momentum triggers. Okay, they are momentum triggers. It is when the trade line, which is the 9 exponential moving average, when it crosses over VWAP for the first time on the day. When it crosses over VWAP for the first time on the day, there are two things that you want to look for to confirm the trade line VWAP crossover is in fact in play. Now, just like any other indicator, just like any other setup, trade line VWAP crossover does not work 100% of the time. There is no pattern. There's no indicator that works 100% of the time. If you're looking for that, stop looking. You'll never find it, and you'll waste away your entire career looking for something that does not exist. It's like hunting for unicorns. Call me when you get one. Okay. So with CATB on this pullback, it's right into a support zone. You've got multiple indicators down here around 210 to 215. You've got your 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. You've got your trade line indicator, and you've got your VWAP indicator, all creating what? An area of support. So again, what did we talk about earlier on the live stream when somebody asked me about using Fibonacci retracement levels? I said, yes, I do use Fibonacci retracement levels, but I won't rely on Fibonacci levels by themselves. Okay, I wait to see if other support indicators line up at those Fibonacci levels to give me an added area of support. So we had 3 support indicators line up there, and we got the trade line VWAP crossover. I came in here then on CATB, and I got long right there at $2.31. Okay, right there I'm long at $2.31. So my initial entry was down here at 204, and I never got filled. But I'm still able to get back into the stock because I'm staying focused. I'm waiting for another entry opportunity. And on that little pullback right into that little trade line, notice how we had decreasing volume on the pullback. So as you will notice is on the way up on that initial morning surge, volume was increasing. Then on the pullback into my buying zone, volume was decreasing. That's exactly what you want to see. When you have these pullbacks, you want to look for decreasing volume on the pullback into the buying zone to signal to you that that's just some profit taking. It's not aggressive selling pressure. And when you get that lower volume pullback into the buying zone, that's when you can step in and get long. And then you look for another increase in volume to the upside, which takes me to the trade line VWAP crossover. So I said to you before, there's two things that will confirm for you a trade line VWAP crossover. When the trade line crosses up and above VWAP, you want to see two things happen immediately. That is a sharp jump in share price and a sharp increase in volume. When those two things happen, that confirms your trade line VWAP crossover, and that lets you know that you should get follow through on this move. Once the trade line crosses over VWAP and you get that trade line crossover confirmation, the trade line should start to act as an area of support. As you see, as I pan this over, okay, let me delete that initial entry, okay, delete those volume lines. And right here is when you got your trade line VWAP crossover. So right there, you see how the trade line crossed over VWAP. What do we get? There's your sharp jump in share price. There's your sharp jump in trading volume. So those are the two things that I said that you need to see to confirm the trade line VWAP crossover. Once that happens, you then look for the trade line to become support. And what do you see right here, folks? Bang. There's more trade line support, and the stock extends and continues higher. This is a textbook trade line VWAP crossover where you got the confirmation from the sharp increase in share price as soon as the trade line crossed over VWAP, the sharp increase in trading volume when that trade line crossed over VWAP, that confirms the trade line VWAP cross. Once that's confirmed, you look for a pullback into the trade line, and that should be another area of support. Again, look for a decrease in volume. As I pan this over, what do you guys see here? Look at the volume that came in on the extension, right? Look at the volume that came in on the extension, then look at the volume that came in on the pullback. See the big difference between the volume on the way up and then the volume on the pullback right into, oops, let me go back, right into the trade line, and the trade line becomes support, and you get this another nice monster move higher. And again, look at the volume that comes in on the way up. This is textbook. This is a textbook technical pattern. This is a textbook technical move based on volume, based on trade line VWAP crossover, based on the pullback. I mean, everything about this was textbook, and we jumped on and we rode this thing higher. And like I said, I'm long there at $2.31, and I just start peeling profits off as the stock starts to climb higher. And my final take profit was right there at $2.86 for a 24% gain. And I took a bunch of profits along the way. I took profits here. I took more profits here, okay, and these were my take profits on CATB. Okay, so there's the entry at 231, take, final take $2.86. High of the day, I believe, was 325. Yep, high of the day was 325, and the stock completely just ran out of steam and died out the rest of the day. Okay, but like I said, the trade line VWAP crossover is a momentum triggering pattern. Okay. And again, you guys will see here, there it is, the trade line crossing over VWAP. Let me delete my entries and exits to go over this with you guys one more time. There's the trade line VWAP crossover. There's your quick increase in share price. There's your increase in volume. That confirms the trade line VWAP cross. Now that it's confirmed, you look for the trade line to be support, and then you get your follow through. Okay. Makes sense, guys? How did I know when to trade Abnir? I just told you. I literally just went over this entire lesson was what made me trade CATB. The stock was lighting up scanners in the morning. It was on the watch list, was a leading gapper, increasing volume through highs. And then that's a trade line VWAP crossover setup. No worries, Abnir. I figured. I figure, yeah, because I just went over it, man. I just went through like the whole lesson. I'm sorry, I can't go back and repeat it. Just when the video loads back to this, the video will be on YouTube once we're finished. Just go back and rewatch the video, and you can just fast forward right to the part when I talk about the analysis. But I just went through the whole analysis and the whole reason why I bought it. So not to be repetitive to everybody that's on the live. I'm sorry. You can just rewind it. All right. So that's it, guys. All right. That's that setup on CATB. Does anybody have any questions on the CATB trade specifically? Nah, be nice, guys. Guys, be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice, please. He just joined the live. He wasn't here the whole time. Be nice. Yes, Jason Ling. Oh, Jason, great question. Jason says, Mike, you got in at 231, but the crossover happened after you had entered. Did you anticipate it? Yes. Yes. Okay. And why did I anticipate it? Okay. That's the question, right? Okay. That's the question. So as I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this setup, okay, what I like about the setup is volume was continuously increasing while the stock was moving higher, right? Now, I did not get my fill on the original entry. I never got the pullback. The stock had too much momentum, so it kept pushing higher. Then I finally get a pullback. And during the pullback, you see volume actually starts to now decrease, okay? So you see volume increasing on the way up, volume decreases on the pullback. When we pulled in here and then we stuck that support level, that was my support zone, right? That was my support zone. So what I do, guys, when I'm looking for buying zones, this is actually very important. I'm going to get a little bit more micro with you guys right now and more like real time pulling the trigger. When I'm looking for a support zone, okay? So I'm looking here and I'm saying to myself, okay, we have potential support here, all right, in the 215 area. But why 215? Because again, 38.2 Fibonacci level, trade line and VWAP all line up at 215. Okay, all line up at 215. So when the stock pulls into 215, there's two things I'm looking for at this very moment. And this all happens within a few minutes. Two things I'm looking for. I'm looking for decreasing volume on the pullback. Okay, we got that. There's your decreasing volume. See how the volume bars are getting lighter? Okay, I did not enter this on these two red candles. I waited for those two candles to pull in. Again, these are 3-minute candles. So I wait, that's 6 minutes. I wait for the stock pulls back in, volume decrease, volume decrease. Okay, I've got my decreasing volume into my buying zone. The next thing I'm looking for is buying pressure in my buying zone. Show me the support. And that's going to be price action. And what you will see is when we pulled down to this level, look how quickly we just bounced right through it. We came down to 215 and we very quickly shot right back up over 225, 230. This price action, okay, this confirms my support. Okay, and I'm not even looking at this part. I'm looking at literally the price action just inside of this candle. Of this box. Let me do this. Let me block this out so I can show you guys what it looked like at the moment I actually entered the trade so you understand exactly the analysis that we're talking about. Let me see here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, you guys see this? Okay, look at this chart right now. Look at this chart because this is what the stock looked like when I market ordered in. This is what the stock looked like when I entered the trade. So the low volume pullback into the buying zone. Again, how do I identify the buying zone? Multiple support indicators converging at one price point. 38.2 Fibonacci, trade line, and VWAP. Okay, that's how you identify the buying zone. That's step one. Where's the potential support? That's step one. Okay, step two is, do I have decreasing volume? Okay, I got decreasing volume. Check. That's step two. Step three is price action to show me support. What do I mean by price action to show me support? I want to see the stock come down into that support level and immediately get off of it. Do you see how the stock came down to this level and immediately got off of it? It did not sit here and mess around. You see how it immediately got off of that level? that's my price action indication that there's my support level. So that's it. There's 3 stages to the decision of, am I buying the stock here? Yes or no. There's 3 check marks. First, identify the potential buying zone. You do that by identifying where are multiple support indicators. 215, great. Step 2 is, do I have decreasing volume as the stock pulls into that buying zone? Check, great. Step 3 is, do I see the price action that confirms the support, which is aggressive buying? Aggressive buying at a support level is going to cause the price action to jump quickly. If a support level is strong, you're going to have aggressive buying step in front of the support level. That's what causes the price action to get off the level quickly. You don't want to see the stock sit on the support level for the next 10, 15 minutes. You want to see the stock come down and within 1 or 2 minutes, pop right back off that level. That shows there's aggressive buying. That's why the stock just moved off the level so quickly. That is what then says, okay, now I'm ready to pull the trigger and I market order myself into this trade. Okay, market order myself into this trade. And then the stock now looks like that. And now I'm already long. And then now you start to see now volume starts to increase again, and I get my breakout. Okay. All right. Makes sense, guys? So that's I just walked you guys through. I just walked you guys through. No, you don't. No, Justin Stinson says, do you always get a breakout? No, you don't always get anything. Okay. There is no setup. There's no indicator. There's no chart pattern that will always do something specific. It does not exist. Okay. There's not a setup on planet Earth, okay, that will always do something. No, I don't always get breakouts from that setup. Maybe 70 to 75% of the time I do. And the other 20 to 25% of the time, I don't. I get a failed new high and the stock pulls back in and you take profit, or you stop out, you take your loss and you move on. Okay. And you move on. There is no setup that works 100% of the time, guys. Stop looking for it. Exactly, Scott. The probability is greater with all those confirmations, but it's not guaranteed. You'll never have a 100% guarantee setup. It does not exist. Stop looking for it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to waste your whole life away looking for that, and you're never going to find it. You're never going to find it. Happened to a buddy of mine. He spent probably 5 or 6 years trying to figure out this fail-proof system, and long story short, he doesn't trade anymore. Okay. So that's it, guys. All right. So that's the lesson there. Now, I want to talk to you guys about over trading and protecting profits, because the whole rest of the day sucked. The whole rest of the day was super slow. Okay. The whole rest of the day was super slow. All right. So if you're one of those people that struggles with over trading, okay, something I want to talk to you guys about here real quick. First, to prevent yourself from turning a green day into a red day, if you struggle with that, if you have green days turn into red days, set a hard 50% stop for yourself on your P&L. What do I mean by that? Whatever is a good day for you, like whatever you would consider a good morning. Okay. Now for some of you, it's $100. For some of you, it's 10,000. Okay. Whatever you would consider a good morning. So let's say, for the argument's sakes of this conversation, let's say $1,000, just for easy math. Let's say $1,000 for you is a good morning. You're like, man, I'm happy. I'm at $1,000. This is great. Set a hard 50% stop for you the rest of the day. Meaning, if you keep trading and now you're only up 500, you're done for the day. Shut your computer off, walk away. You're done. I don't care. I don't care if the market's up 2,000 points. I don't care if some small cap went from $2 to $25. Does not matter. If you're up, if you give back half of your P&L from the morning, you're done. Shut your computer off. Okay, that's a hard rule you put for yourself. Okay, that'll prevent you from going from green to red It's very important that you do this, because going from a green day or going from a good day and giving it all back and going red is very, very damaging. Not just damaging, like obviously to your P&L, but it's damaging mentally and psychologically, because it really screws you up. You get so pissed at yourself when you have a good day and you actually go red. You are so angry with yourself. You're like, you stupid mother. You get so upset with yourself, and it's very easy for that frustration to carry over with you into the next day. And it does a lot of damage mentally. Okay, it does a lot of damage mentally. I'm not even talking about the money that you actually lost or the profit you gave away and you ended up going red on the day. It does a lot of damage psychologically. It's not worth it. And especially for you new traders that are trying to develop and you're trying to gain confidence, when you go back at the end of the month and you look at your month, having like those 1, 2, or 3 less red days, like if you were up 1,000, you finished the day down 250. Like to have that day be, instead being down 250, you're up like 485, and you just to see the green day, it's a big psychological difference. Remember we talked about earlier on the live stream about setting goals and crossing off those goals, and that's that feeling of self-accomplishment. It's important early in your career to build that confidence. When you look back at your month and you're like, man, I had like 7 red days, or you look back at your month and you're like, I only had 4 red days. You feel so much better about yourself, even if those green days were tiny. It's just the fact that they're not red, that you start to gain feelings of self-accomplishment, self-achievement, and you start to gain confidence. And that's important in your development as a trader. So that's why it's very important for you guys to not have good days turn into red days. And that's a hard rule you can set for yourself to prevent that from happening. All right, makes sense? Cool. Cool. All right. So next. So that's protecting profits. Prevent yourself from over trading. This is how I can prevent yourselves from over trading. Think of it this way. I'm going to change your perspective a little bit on trading. For those of you that over trade throughout the course of the day, if you over trade, I want you to think of it this way. What's your win rate? I'm going to change your perspective. What's your win rate? Let's say you're a 50 or 60% trader, right? Meaning if you make 10 trades, 5 or 6 will be winners, 5 or 4 will be losers. You're a 50 to 60% win rate trader. Let's say you make 2 trades in the morning and you're 2 for 2. You're up $1,000, right? That's a good morning for you. That's a 100% win rate. Now, if we take away all of the outside factors, which are, you're trading hot or you're trading cold, market environment, right? Take all of those outside factors away and look at trading as from just a statistical standpoint, just mathematics, just statistical probability and the law of averages. Now, the law of averages and statistical probability, when you break it down to a mathematical equation, is going to tell you that if you're 2 for 2, the probability of your third trade being a losing trade is higher than the probability of your second trade and your first trade. Okay. So if you're a 50% trader, the probability of your first trade being a winner is 50%. Okay. Now, if your second trade, okay, if you're a 50% trader, you look at what's the probability of your second trade now being a winner, keeping in mind that you are a 50% trader, and the law of averages are going to tell you that you're always going to work your way down to your average win rate. So now your second trade has a lower probability than the first. Then if you go 2 for 2, the law of averages are going to tell you that the statistical probability of your third trade being a winner is now even lower, and so on and so on. You go 4 for 4, or you go 3 for 3. Now the statistical probability, the law of averages are going to tell you that your fourth trade, you have a higher chance of being a loser, because you are always going to work your way back to what your statistical average is as a trader, which is 50% for you, whatever, 60%, whatever the number is for you. Now, I'm telling you this not because listen, this is the exact opposite of what I would tell an experienced trader. An experienced trader, when you're hot, you push. When I'm hot, I push. I don't slow down. Okay. As an experienced trader, when I'm on fire, I push. Okay. I trade more. I trade with bigger size, like I push. That's different. That's for experienced traders. If you're not an experienced trader and you struggle with over trading, I'm explaining this to you to change your mindset and change your perspective on how you look at your trading to help prevent you from over trading and to help protect your profits and stop you from going from good days to bad days and giving back all of your profit. How many of you find yourselves like you're happy as hell at 10:30 in the morning, but then by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're pissed because you gave back more than half your day, or even worse, you gave back your whole day. I'm trying to change your perspective to get you to think a different way to help prevent that from happening. Okay. And when you think of it that way, it's like blackjack. For those of you that play blackjack, okay, the statistical probability, the law of averages tell you no matter how much money you are up in blackjack, if you stay at that table long enough, you will lose all of your money because the odds are not in your favor. Okay. That's why they always say, you hear the saying, quit while you're ahead. Where do you think that came from? Quit while you're ahead means that you are beating the law of averages, which means it can only get worse for you from this point on. If you go on an absolute tear in blackjack, you are crushing the statistical averages of the odds of blackjack. If you're winning, if you just sat down with $1,000 and now you've got $10,000 in your hand, you are destroying the law of averages. The law of averages are so far stretched to one side. Over time, the law of averages, the statistical probability is going to pull that back to the center point of what the law of averages actually is for the game of blackjack and the odds that you are. The same thing applies to your trading. If your win rate is 58%, if you go on a tear, okay, one day and let's say you're 3 for 3 in the morning. You're way far stretched away from what your statistical average is. So you're going to have a tendency to pull yourself back to the statistical odds and the law of averages that you are as a trader at this current point in time, which is, I'm using as an example, a 58% trader. Now, obviously, as you develop as a trader, you want to get that average to 60, 65, 70, 75. Okay. But you have to look at where you are right now. And I'm telling you guys this again. If you are an experienced trader, do not listen to this, because as an experienced trader, if you're someone that's already consistently profitable and you're looking to get bigger and you're looking to get better, you and I would have a very different conversation when we have our one-on-ones. We'd be talking about how to push when you're hot. This I'm specifically talking about if you're a new novice or amateur inexperienced trader. I want to help prevent you from giving back those profits and help prevent you or help teach you how to protect your profits. That's one way you guys can do it. That's a psychological method. Another method for you to think about this to protect your profits, this is a physical thing you can do. Aside from that hard stop loss at the 50% of your day, here's another physical thing that you can do. If you're happy with your trades in the morning and you continue to trade, reduce your risk. Let's say you normally risk $200 per trade and you're happy with your day and you're like, man, this is a great day, but you want to keep on trading. Fine. You want to keep on trading, go for it. But instead of risking the regular $200 per trade, if that's what your risk tolerance is, only risk 100. Risk half, take half position size, take half risk the rest of the day, because any additional wins, great. It's just extra gravy on top of your day. But if you start to pull yourself back to your statistical average, at least your losses are smaller and you're not giving back all of your day. Okay, so these are a couple of things that I'm going over with you guys that can help prevent you from giving back your day and can help protect your profits. I hope this makes sense. Does this all make sense? Is this helpful? Please tell me I'm not talking to myself. Tell me that this is helping you guys. If you feel like I'm talking directly to some of you, if some of you struggle with these things, try these things. This is what helps. This is what I teach my members when I go through one-on-ones that struggle with this. These are some of the things that I tell them to implement in their trading to help. Okay. These are some of the things I tell them to implement in their trading to help. Whew. I need to breathe. I talk too much, man. Damn. Whew. I gotta breathe more. I talk too much. All right, guys, if this was helpful, if you enjoyed this live stream, if this was helpful, if you enjoyed these lessons, go ahead and smash that like button, guys. I want to get to 500 likes, man. With all that education that I just gave you guys, with all those helpful tips, we can't get to 500 likes. That's crazy. You guys don't appreciate me. All right, let's go. Get those likes up, guys. I want to get up to 500 likes. If you guys feel like this was helpful, okay, if you feel like this was helpful, go ahead and smash that like button. Let me know how much you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that goes into these live streams. Now, what I want to do now is I want to see how many of you that are on the live, how many of you are not members of True Trading Group. Go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now. What's the biggest size I can market order in without slippage? Completely depends on the stock. Completely depends on the stock. Nick, Oliver, Rod, Blue Flames, Tom, Mariah, Charles, Dot Earth, Rudarb, Second Life Treasures, DLSC, Tom Luong, Arlen, Jeff Gov. Why does it depend on the stock? Because of liquidity. Every stock has different levels of liquidity. Okay, some stocks are very thinly traded. Some stocks are very thick. Size of the float, the amount of volume that the stock is trading, that's what will determine, how much slippage I'll get depending on what my position size is. So as a trader that trades with very large size, I have to be careful and conscious of my size when I'm entering a trade. And I can only get enough size that I feel that I'm comfortable that I can get out of if and when shit hits the fan and I want to get out of my position. I want to make sure that I can do it quickly and I'm not going to get all of this crazy slippage. I'm not going to be stuck in my position. All right. What's my prediction on Tesla after December 21st? It's going to be a lot less volatile after it gets included into the S&P. It'll be a lot less volatile. I think it pulls back. I think it pulls back. All right. Okay, good. So we have a lot of non-TTG members that are in chat right now. I want to remind you guys, for those of you that are not members of TTG, guys, don't forget we have that 7-day trial. All right, we've got that 7-day trial. Okay. It's a one-time payment of just $3. You guys can go right there to the bottom of your screen, ttgthree.com. You guys think that you just learned something on this live? Wait till you guys join the group, man. Honestly, wait till you guys join the group. Wait till you guys join the group. You guys think you learned something here? This is less than 1% of the education you guys get as a member of TTG. So if you guys want to give us a trial run before you guys decide to join or not, go to ttgthree.com. It's a one-time payment of $3. It's not reoccurring. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time, but you're under no obligation to do so. That trial is going to get you 7-day access to our member dashboard to see the resources and tools available to you as a member. You're going to be able to use our stock profile tool, which will allow you to type in any ticker symbol you're interested in, get a downloadable PDF report, general news, SEC filings, insider transactions, analyst ratings, all that stuff is right there in the downloadable PDF report. You're going to be able to get our daily watch list, which includes the list of stocks we're watching on the day and how we plan on profiting from them, where we're buying, where we're selling. You're going to get 3 sample courses that I wrote specifically for the trial program that are condensed versions from the true TTG courses that you get as a full-time member. But nonetheless, these 3 courses in the trial program guaranteed to help make you a better trader. Guaranteed to help make you a better trader. Okay. Those courses alone are probably worth a few $100, and they're included on the trial for just $3. You're also going to be able to come and chat and trade with us live for 3 days. You're going to see my screen. You're going to see the other moderator screens. You can actually toggle through which moderator screen you want to look at depending on the stock that they're trading. And you're going to listen to us on the microphone. So the way I'm talking to you guys right now, like the way I just broke down that CATB chart, I do that live in the chat room. So in the chat room, I draw up my fibs, I draw my arrows, my circles. Like, okay, guys, here's my entry point. And I put a little box. I say, okay, here's my entry zone. Here's where I'm looking for the stock to pull back in. Then I draw little circles. Here's my take profit targets. I do that in chat live. Okay. And I do that on the microphone. I tell everybody where I'm buying and where I'm selling before I actually do it. So you can come into chat and you can do this all with us for 3 days when you join this trial program. And then also you get a push notification whenever we enter or exit a trade. Okay, all that is included in the trial program, and you'll also be able to see all our trade history. We're fully transparent in TTG. We keep a trade log on our website, which has all our wins, losses, break evens, so you guys can track all of our trading performance as moderators. And right now, we're currently sporting about a 78 or 79% win rate in chat, which means that 78 or 79% of the time, whatever it is, I think it's 78 or 79 right now. I think it's 79% right now, that whenever we call out a trade, 79% of the time, it is a profitable trade. Okay, that's what that means right now. So like I said, you guys can go to ttgthree.com and get that 7-day trial for just a one-time payment of $3. Guys, seriously, it's $3. You guys have nothing to lose. I guarantee it'll be the best $3 you've ever spent in your life. You spend $3 on way dumber stuff: candy bars, bag of chips, coffee, okay, air fresheners. Okay, this $3 could literally potentially change your life. It'll be the best $3 you've ever spent, I guarantee it. And like I said, you can upgrade to a full membership if you want. Let me explain to you guys the full-time membership, because we do have a coupon code running for our holiday sale, which will be going on during the month of December, which is coupon code TTG1220. Okay. Let me explain what you get as a full-time member. As a full-time member, you're going to be able to get access to our chat room daily. We open at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. We close at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Like I said, the screen share, the audio analysis, I tell you what I'm buying before I buy it. But you're also going to be able to get our Benzinga Pro newsfeed, which gives you breaking up to the second news alerts in chat. You're going to get our Squawk Box feature, where if you don't want to read the news headlines, you can turn on your speakers and someone will actually read the breaking news headlines out to you live. A lot of people ask me, like, Mike, what sites do you use to get your news? I don't need websites to get my news, because we have the Benzinga Pro news feature, which is breaking to the real-time news alerts. It's integrated right in our chat room. Okay, so you get those news alerts right in our chat room. So we're getting news before most other traders are, because we're getting it directly from the Benzinga Pro news feed. And like I said, 78, 79% win rate there in chat. Okay. As a full-time member, you get access to the entire TTG curriculum, every single course. There's no upsells. There's no different levels. There's no special VIP courses. You pay one price, you get access to everything. Guys, the courses is a simplified version of the education I received working at a hedge fund on Wall Street. Okay. The 3-month educational program that they put me through, I've simplified it and I created my own courses. That's what you guys get access to when you join the TTG family, all of them. It's a 15-course curriculum in text and video format that have beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, option courses, swing trading courses, trader psychology courses. You have access to every single course as a full-time member of True Trading Group. And we also give you guys access to all of our tools and resources. We're a lot more than just a chat room. We're a platform of services and products and tools for traders to use. We have a trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time level 1 and real-time level 2. Okay, that's important for newbies. I suggest you practice implementing what you learn in the courses, practice it on the simulator. You also have the stock profile tool, which I told you guys about. That's the downloadable PDF reports. And then you also get access to over 90 hours of additional educational video content. Myself, the other moderators, we conduct webinars every single month covering different various trading topics, and they're recorded. So they're in a video library. You can go through and you can watch all those workshops and webinars, over 90 hours, okay, of additional content. That's in addition to the 15-course curriculum that's also in video format as well. Okay, video and text, whichever you prefer. So you get access to that. As a full-time member, you can start to join those workshops and webinars live, interact with the moderator, ask questions, interact with the other members on these workshops live. You'll also be able to get a free 1-hour one-on-one mentor session when you sign up with this coupon code. So by using this coupon code, you get a 1-hour one-on-one mentor session with any one of our pro moderators to go over your trading, your strengths, your weaknesses, what mistakes you're making, how to fix them, answer your questions, talk about your topics to help you guys become better traders. And then you can also use our TradingView Pro charting software, is also included with your membership. And get this, any resource, tool, or course that we come out with in the future, also included in your membership. There's no upsells. If I come out with a new course next month, it is automatically included. You have access to it immediately. You do not have to pay more to get access to new features and new courses when we load them onto the website. We're literally like Netflix of trading communities, guys. So we're taking top premium trading tools and products. We bundle them together, okay? And we bundle them together as part of your True Trading Group membership. Okay. With the Benzinga Pro newsfeed, the Squawk Box feature, real-time level 1, real-time level 2, the options data, the trade simulator, the trade ideas. Oh, we have the trade ideas scanner too. I forgot about that. We have a trade ideas scanner that will show you know which stocks are breaking through high of the day, which stocks have unusual volume, leading gainers, leading gappers. You guys can use that scanner as well. You guys are going to get at least like minimum 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts from a community pro traders with a 79% win rate, 15 professional trading courses that were wrote by an award-winning hedge fund trader. That's me. That education allowed me to receive a Trader of the Year award in 2008. It's the same stuff, guys. So you're getting the same education that I got that made me the trader. A lot of you say like, well, Mike, you know, how do you know all this stuff? I was taught, guys. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I was taught by traders that are much better than me. Traders that do this for a living when I was in my early 20s, and they were multimillionaires, and they taught me how to do this. Now here I am, 35, and now it's the roles are reversed. You know, it's the same education. It's the same education. All right. You guys get access to the chat room. You can send me DMs in chat. Like you guys can message me, okay, during the day and ask me questions. Like instead of just asking me on these live streams, like, oh, Mike, what do you think about this? Ask me during the day when the market's open. You can private message me and ask me questions. Mike, what do you think about this? I say, man, I love it. Buy it. You know, I'll give you guys my advice throughout the course of the day. Normally, our membership, our 1-year membership, okay, normally would cost you $2,048 for the year. But with this coupon code, TTG1220, you get a 43% discount, which brings it all the way down to $1,164. All right, that's it. Okay, from 2,048 to 1,164. All right, that is what you guys are getting when you use this coupon code. That's only for tonight. Every single 24-hour period in the month of December, the price of our membership is going up by a couple of bucks. So tomorrow, the membership is going to be more expensive than it is here today. I promise you. All right. So use this coupon code to take advantage of this offer now, because every day the price is going to go up in the month of December. And then in January, like for New Year's, I'll probably do a sale around like $1,220. But then after that, like $1,220. But come January, our prices are going up. So $1,164 is what you can get the membership for today. And that's the cheapest you guys are going to see a membership for True Trading Group, because in 2021, we are raising our prices. Okay. And our regular membership is usually $2,048, and you can get it for $1,164 now. To explain to you the value that you're getting in addition to the percentage discount, that Benzinga Pro newsfeed, that service alone would cost you $1,188 if you got it from Benzinga. It's included for free in your membership. Real-time level 1 and real-time level 2, that's $990 for the year. A simulator is $750. The Trading View Pro charting software is $720 for the year. Okay, that's $3,648 in services that are included for free with your membership for only $1,164. That's insane. Okay. And when you guys use this coupon code, you pay $1,164 tonight. You're also guaranteeing your renewal price next year. So let's say next year our membership is $2,200. You will only pay the $1,164 to renew. So whatever the price you pay, that's the price you will renew at. So you're saving 43% today, but you're saving like 50% next year when it comes time for your membership to renew. And trust me, guys, that's a big deal, because I'm confident you're going to want to renew your membership, because I know the success that our members are having. And we've surveyed our members, and the stats right now, guys, the numbers don't lie. 80% of our members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in the first 6 months of their membership. 80% of them are making 7 to 10 times their fee in the first 6 months. 30% are doing it in the first 30 days. That means if you invested $1,164 by using coupon code TTG1220 tonight, that you would have an 80% chance to make at least up to $11,000 within the next 6 months. Why would you not want to renew your membership if you turned 1,100 into 11,000 in just 6 months? Why would you not want to renew your membership? That's why I'm confident that you're going to want to renew. And that's why it's important. I point out to you that if you lock yourself in at $1,164 today, regardless of what the price of our membership is a year from now, which I promise you it will be more than it is today, because we're raising our prices in January. But you will only pay the 1164 when it comes time to renew. So you're locking yourself in, you're grandfathering yourself in at that price. Okay. So again, guys, that's for those of you who want to use coupon code TTG1220 to get that 43% discount. And I'm going to take it one step further. Anybody that is still on the fence, okay, I'm going to make a deal with you all, because this is how confident I am in the education, because I know what the education did for me, and I know what the education is doing for our current members. Anyone that's still on the fence, if you sign up with coupon code TTG1220 tonight before midnight, you have an hour and 20 minutes to do it. Sign up before midnight. Take all of our courses, get an 85 or higher on the quizzes that are at the end of the courses, and do your one-on-one with one of our moderators. If you do those three things and you really put in some effort, and if you do not make that membership fee back at least once throughout the 1 year of your membership, I'm going to give you a complete full refund, giving you all your money back. I'll say that again. Use this coupon code tonight. And if you go through the courses, get an 85 or higher on the quizzes, and do your one-on-one, if you do not make the $1,164 back at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'm going to give you all of your money back. And I can very confidently and comfortably give you that money back guarantee and put my money where my mouth is, because I know the education works. So many traders fail not because trading is impossible. They fail because they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. You're all smart people. You're not stupid. You're smart people. If somebody was just to sit down and teach you how to do this, I'm confident that you can do it, because it's what has allowed me to become the trader that I am. It's the same education, guys. I didn't like read some special book that I'm not telling you about. It's the same education, just simplified version. Same stuff that I learned. It's the same stuff that I teach my TTG members, and 80% of them are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in 6 months. Never mind the full year. Those are the stats. That's why I'm comfortable to give you the money back guarantee for those of you that sign up by midnight tonight. I'm telling you, you act tonight with this coupon code TTG1120, TTG1220. Okay, get that discount. $1164 is going to be your price. You'll lock that in for the entire for until you renew. Okay, you'll lock that in, and then I'll give you guys the money back guarantee if you don't make that back at least once throughout the next year, if you do those things that I just said before. Okay? Real talk, guys. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I believe, the education works. I know it does. I see it. I see it in our members, and I see what it's done for me. I received the Trader of the Year award in 2008, guys, from the hedge fund. I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for the education. And I certainly wouldn't be the trader that I am today if it wasn't for the education. That's for damn sure. All right, that's for damn sure. All right. So that's it, guys. All right, take advantage of that coupon code. Like I said, tomorrow the price will be higher than it is today. I'm telling you guys that now. Every 24 hours in the month of December, the price is going up. And then January, we're going to have a big bump in our prices compared to now. So you want to make sure you take advantage of this coupon code now. Guys, don't forget, if you are still not ready to join the team full time, we do have the 7-day trial. For that, go to ttgthree.com. It's just $3. It's a one-time payment of $3. That's it. You can upgrade at any time if you want, but you're under no obligation to do so, guys. All right? You're under no obligation to do so. But you can go out and you can give us a try for 7 days and decide for yourself, is True Trading Group right for you? And you guys can get a feel for what it's like to be part of the TTG fam and see what a professional education can do for you in just a matter of 7 short days. Imagine a whole year. All right. Otherwise, guys, like I said, coupon code TTG1220, get that 43% discount, get that free one-on-one, and get that money back guarantee. I just guaranteed your membership cost. So what do you guys have to lose? Other than the goals that you all typed in before, which is earn extra income, retire early, save up for my kids, take that dream vacation. That's what you're giving up, because I guaranteed your membership. You don't make your membership back at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'm going to give you your money back. I'm going to give you your money back. What do you guys have to lose? All right. It's time to get serious. It's time to get serious about your future, guys. All right. Take advantage of that coupon code, and I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this live stream. If you guys haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, make sure you never miss out on any more of these live streams. I hope you guys enjoyed those golden nuggets of education that we dropped. And I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. And we've had a great start so far to the month of December, 2 days in a row now with some solid wins. We're looking to keep that momentum going. And I'll see you all in chat tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Later, guys.